and married the best friend, the best man, to cover it up. Hey guys, it's your girl Ray.
It's your boy, Big Block, becoming Quez though.
And as you could tell by that title, we're going to be reacting to some wedding drama from TikTok. So if you're excited for this video, please give the video a huge thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button so you join the QR Nation and turn on the post notification bell so we're notified every single time we post a new video. You got anything to say? You got nothing to say? Oh. You want to tell people to share nothing? Watch the Vlogmas videos? Nothing?
You usually do all that, so I didn't know we were sharing.
I mean, you normally say and share your love, but you ain't doing it no more. You want people to share that love no more?
It's one of them days.
It's one of them days? You did?
Tuesday.
Oh, good?
Tuesday.
Okay. With that being said, yeah, we're going to hop right into the video.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Oh, honey, the stories that I have. I used to be a wedding photographer and I've done around 200 weddings. And I have a lot of stories. Like a lot. But there's one story that always seems to take the cake for the best wedding story. I was working in the office and I got a call on a Tuesday from our Saturday bride. She said, "Are you our photographer?" "Yeah." "Okay, well, I need to cancel." "Okay, we need it in writing, so can you email it?" "Sure, no problem." Now, typically when they cancel, especially the week of, they're either very pissed or very sad. She wasn't. She was happy. It was weird. So on Wednesday, we get an email from the groom's aunt, who had apparently bought it for them as a wedding package, saying that there will never be a wedding between those two because the bride got married to someone else on Monday. She got married to someone else the same week. She was supposed to marry someone else.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Yeah, I do. Oh my god. So for about 12 years before I had my children, I worked for 2 different bridal boutiques. And I had this one really lovely bride. She was a diamond. But about a week before her wedding, she was due to come in for her final fitting and she didn't show up, which was really just unusual for her. She was always on time for her appointments, or if she was going to be late, she always called. So I tried to call her, but she didn't answer. The next day, her sister called and told me that the wedding was off because they found out the groom had been cheating. When I said, I'm so sorry, I am so sorry, you know, at least she's got you and her mum to, you know, rally behind her and, you know, support her through this tough time. The sister said, no, he was cheating on her with their mum.
The what?
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Oh boy, do I. What is that? Anyways, at my wedding, my ex-stepdad brought his new girlfriend, which was not dramatic in and of itself. I'd met her once. It was fine that she was there. Until it was speech time and this bitch took the microphone. Because I'd met her once before, but over the course of the evening of my wedding, it had become clear that she was pretty bananas, and now she was holding a microphone about to say some shit. So my maid of honor, God bless her, did the most beautiful drive-by stealth tackle I've ever seen in my life. She just hooked her with her arm like she was putting her arm around her, wrenched the microphone out of her hand, and kept on walking and started her speech, which was beautiful. If nothing else, in our 20 years of friendship, I will love her forever for that moment.
That was good.
And then the next day, my mother-in-law also stole all the leftover wedding cake for reasons I still don't totally understand. Like, I love cake more than anything.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Girl, I got the stories for you. Yes, multiple stories. I'm going to try to fit them all in. Let's go! Okay, 2 weeks before our wedding, my husband's uncle, who's the patriarch of the family and like a father to my husband, passed away. We unfortunately had to scrape together a funeral 1 week before our wedding at the same location that we were getting married. Immediately after the funeral, we discovered that my husband's aunt, his wife, has a massive drinking problem and pill problem. So we have to get her into a rehab facility. She goes through some treatment. She's doing great. A couple weeks later, she comes out and dies 10 days after our wedding. And if that wasn't enough, having to bury 2 of the patriarchs of my husband's family within 1 month of each other, on our wedding night, my husband's best man, so-called best friend, had a mental fucking breakdown and came and woke us up where we were sleeping on our wedding night at 5 in the morning to try to convince one of us to take him back to the city, which was over an hour away.
Y'all like some wedding drama, so here's part 2.
In part one, I quickly discussed that my husband's aunt and uncle, the two patriarchs of his family, who we very much miss and love dearly, unfortunately passed away within a month of each other before and after our wedding. Then my husband's former best friend / best man decided to wake us up at 5 a.m. on our wedding night because he was having a mental breakdown and wanted us to take him back to the city, which was over an hour away. For quick context, we had our wedding reception at a local hall, which was 10 minutes from the nearest town and an hour away from the major city that he wanted to go back. We said, no, you're being ridiculous. You're drunk. We will give you a place to stay for the night. We offered him different locations that he could have slept at. He declined all of them, said that he was going to hitchhike back to town to have a groomsman that was staying in town take him back to the city. We tried to convince him that that was a terrible idea. He took off anyway. So I called the local police being like, hey, there's a random drunk guy running around on the highway. Can you pick him up, please, and give him a proper place to stay for the night? They can't find him. Somehow he made it back to town and convinced somebody to take him back. I have not spoken to this person in 6 years since our wedding. I have more drama though, so like for part 3. Part 3, wedding drama. Yes, there's a part 3. If you want to catch up on the rest of the drama, go to part 1 and part 2. So we'll call him groomsman number 4. Groomsman number 4 got arrested the day before our wedding. Apparently he was involved in a hit and run and apparently didn't really know about it, so it wasn't reported. So he was arrested for it, got thrown in jail. Somehow was bailed out and managed to actually make it to our wedding that day, which was great. Then that night, groomsman number 4, well, he's a little guy. He's a small guy. He's got a little bit of little man syndrome. He got really drunk and decided to lip off and try to start a fight with literally the largest man I've ever met, my husband's ex-husband. It's just a bad idea. Nothing ever happened, but it was just weird. And I had to kind of like be like, you know what, groomsman number 4, like F off, get out of here. You're being dumb. Then we'll call him groomsman number 3, brought his baby mama to our wedding. I don't even understand why she was there. She wasn't even invited. Then they get into a huge dramatic fight, which was like awful and horrible. And basically we were like, hey, you guys need to leave. Despite all the drama, my husband and I had a wonderful day. We've been happily married for 6 years and we don't talk to most of his groomsmen anymore.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Yeah. Many years ago, I flew back to Winnipeg to attend a friend's wedding. During the wedding reception, I knew absolutely no one there. She was busy tending to other guests and stuff, and I felt really, really shy, so I had a hard time going to hang out with random people that I don't know. One of the groomsmen came up to me and asked me if I wanted to hang out with him and his friends, so I said yes. And throughout the evening, we were dancing together, and then the bride got super mad at me. She pulled me aside and told me that I was being a slut. And I was just super confused. I didn't know what was happening. And then the groomsman came back and asked me what was going on. And I told him, and he was just like, I'm sorry about that. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And he said that she was actually in love with him, but she had also slept with his best friend, who was the groom, and she got pregnant. So she was marrying the best friend.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Oh no, it's not time to show. Okay, it's been a year and I still gotta. My stepmother of 10 years told my dad she wanted a divorce out of the blue a week before my wedding. Not only did this put a bit of a damper on things, my stepsister was officiating my wedding. My stepbrother-in-law and my stepbrother were groomsmen, and we had to pretend like it was all fine. Because a lot of like my stepmom's friends were invited to my wedding, and I was like, there's no way in hell she's going to make this about her. So we all pretended like everything was fine, like we were all great. Then my stepbrother got shit-faced drunk, had to be escorted off the property when he tried to interrupt the best man to give a speech declaring his love for me. That was awkward. And our photographers were instructed to get her in 0 photos.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Hi guys, I'm a makeup artist. My name is Jade. I'm gonna put my like info here, but I do so many weddings because that's really what I specialize in, is like bridal makeup. And let me tell you, I've seen some stuff. So I was doing this wedding and my hairdresser was doing the hair, and it was just a really weird day. Everybody was running super late, so we already started like an hour later than we're supposed to. And if you work in the bridal industry, you know how like detrimental that can be to your day. So they started an hour late. Apparently the bride and groom got in a huge fight the night before, so everybody's like being really quiet because they're like, are they still getting married? So we're all like just doing it, and we're like, hey, where's the last bridesmaid? Like, we need to do a bridesmaid before we start mother of the brides. And like no one can find this bridesmaid like anywhere. So like a cousin of the bride runs to the room and is like, the people said that they never came back last night. And we're all like, literally no one has seen her since last night. She's not answering phones. She's not answering the door. The hotel, she never checked in. Oh, I'm running out of time. So part 2, right away.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama.
Okay, so no one had seen them since the rehearsal dinner, but they knew that she had came with her new girlfriend, and they were trying to find her because no one had her number because she was a new girlfriend. Like, no one really knew her. This was the big introduction to the friends. So something I used to do at my old job was called skip tracing. So I can basically like find anyone in the world. So I was like walking them through how to find the girlfriend. They find her and they Facebook message her, and she responds like right away, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but bridesmaid got arrested last night and I'm literally at the jail trying to figure out how to get her out so she can come to your wedding. And we're all like, what the, like, what? And the bride is freaking out, and I'm like, okay, cool. And like, let's look up some bondsmen. Let's see if we can make it happen. But it's a weekend, and it was like not gonna happen. But I was just trying to calm the bride down. So I'm like telling them like, okay, well, one guy will walk down with two. Like, I've done enough weddings to like be able to like kind of coach them through this moment. But like, everybody's trying to call for bail, and other people are like, this is so her. Like, she always does this. All right, there's more to the story, part 3, if you want to watch it.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
Hi guys, I was not expecting that last TikTok to blow up. I'm floored. I'm glad you guys want to hear the rest of the story, so I'm here to tell it. So we know that the bridesmaid is in jail and the girlfriend is communicating with us, so we're all like, what the hell happened? Like, why is she in jail? And this story is just crazy. I might need to make a part 4, and I'm not trying to be like elusive. It's just like a lot of story to tell. It's important to note the geography of everything because it matters. So the hotel and the rehearsal dinner space were across the street from each other, but across a really busy road that has like a college campus and starts to enter a highway. So it would be a little bit dangerous, but totally doable to walk from the hotel to the venue. But everybody drove because, you know, it's a little bit dangerous. So at the rehearsal dinner, everybody gets completely wasted. And most, if not all of them, drove. So everybody was really on edge because of the fight between the bride and groom. So a lot of people Ubered back, but this bridesmaid insisted on driving. She was super drunk. Remember, I'm gonna make part 4.
Does anyone have just some like absolutely bananas wedding drama?
All right, guys, I'm gonna try to make this the last part. So part 4, here we go. Turns out the girlfriend couldn't drive just based on previous criminal history, which is, you know, not my business to tell. Even though I've used no names or any identifying features of any of these people, I'm gonna respect their privacy. So they get pulled over on their way back, and the girlfriend is asked to give her license, but knowing that she has a past criminal record, she didn't want to. So she pretends like she can't find it, and they're like looking for it. Meanwhile, the bridesmaid was super drunk, so she decided that she could stage a diversion by running out and beating up the cop. The girlfriend tried to stop this, but she did not. Like, listen. So she tried to beat up a cop. It didn't work out. She ends up getting arrested for assaulting a police officer. And the girlfriend still is like pretending that she doesn't have her license. So like they cannot identify the girlfriend and they can only identify the bridesmaid. So who's going to jail? The bridesmaid. And if you guys want to know, I can tell you more about the aftermath of what happened.
What's the most inappropriate thing a therapist has ever said to you?
It's more of what she did than what she said. This lady forces me to come out to my transphobic father as trans in front of her, leading to my father calling me gross and say that he'd rather me be a lesbian than trans. And then here I am fucking having a mental breakdown while my therapist is forcing me to talk to my father about things I don't want to talk to him about. Yeah, that led to me not going to her anymore.
What's an opinion you have that might piss some people off?
If you are like consistently late and make it a part of your personality, like, oh, you should know that I'm always late, you're rude, you're selfish, and all you're doing is telling everyone else that you don't give a shit about their time. And the only person that matters is you. Grow up.
I ain't got no words.
This is the first time I ever shut my mouth and had to rethink about my life. And some stuff need to be changed right now. Some people or something gonna have to be deleted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the video.
You got pregnant
by the groom and married the best friend, the best man, to cover it up.
Come on, fellas. Come on. Come on.
Or the other lady who counts the photographer because she got married to somebody else.
Somebody that I used to know. You didn't have to cut me off. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
And it
ain't no John Legend no more. It's somebody that I used to know. Somebody I used to know. Somebody.
Anyway, y'all, that's the end of the video. If you would like to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button so you can join the QR Nation. And turn on the post notification bell to be notified every single time we post a new video. If you haven't been watching our Vlogmas, or if you have missed some of our Vlogmas videos, there's going to be a playlist that's attached to the Instagram in this video. Please click on it to catch you up. With that being said, y'all, that is the end of the video. Have a great rest of your day. We love you guys. Peace out.
Do fluffing better.